What does Black Girl Magic mean to you?
Oh. I just get excited whenever I hear Black Girl Magic, just because when that movement started, I think even before that, at first it was like a natural hair movement, and then that kind of really got us in this mindset of accepting ourselves as exactly how we are. And I think that kind of springboarded the whole Black Girl Magic movement. And the whole thing has been exciting to me because there are so many parts of myself that I was taught not to accept or not to embrace because it was like the wrong type of black. And so Black Girl Magic is all encompassing. You can be the weird black girl, the quirky black girl, like the nerdy black girl, and still have Black Girl Magic. Like, it is a movement for all of us, regardless of your complexion, whether you're super dark or super light, whether you have straight hair or kinky hair. Like, Black Girl Magic just is like what we are, which is something that is undefinable, but also just like really exciting. And I don't know, I feel like it's our ancestors' wildest dreams. So that's what Black Girl Magic is. I am a writer first and foremost, but I like to do event planning, party planning, interior design. I like to draw. Fashion design was my beginnings in like kind of the creative world, and then I just ended up going in a lot of different directions. I grew up in a Jamaican American family. The first 10 years of my life were in a predominantly white area, and then we moved to a different city that was extremely diverse, all within the same state and really only 15 minutes away, but they were polar opposites in terms of school culture and even neighborhood culture. It was just very different, and I learned very quickly that I couldn't quite be myself. I think growing up there were a lot of us black girls who felt like we weren't real black girls because we didn't speak a certain way or act a certain way or dress a certain way. And so we were kind of like pushed to the fringes and rejected, or like told that we wanted to be white, or that we, didn't quite fit the bill for what a black girl was supposed to be. And so you started repressing parts of yourself or hiding parts of yourself that weren't considered to be like the status quo for blackness. And so when I talk about being taught not to accept certain parts of myself, it's like a two-sided coin, because then in my mind, the parts of black culture that I wasn't, I made the enemy. And so I started, thinking like, oh, people who talk a certain way, they're ghetto and I'm better than that. And these were all like subconscious lessons that I was, being taught in my environment, but also like repeating back to myself just because of the things that I was experiencing and the ways in which I felt like I didn't quite fit anywhere. By the time I was 5, my parents were teaching me about my history, my culture, and my place in the world. And it wasn't ever limiting. It was just an education. And when you leave out those doors, the world is going to treat you a bit differently than you're treated at home. I know that in elementary school, I went to a predominantly white elementary school, and I didn't walk around feeling different. It was when certain things would happen that it made me, like, it was jarring, and it made me realize like, oh, they don't see me the same as I see them. They don't include me as one of them. And so, I mean, that for that to be one of your earliest lessons is definitely going to kind of define how you your self-efficacy and how you feel that you can exist and be successful in this world. And so I remember one of my earliest memories with race was I was in Girl Scouts and super excited. We went on a trip and we went to like this Girl Scout convention, and I was just having fun with my friends, and then we saw an all black, and I was the only black girl in my troop, and then we saw an all black group of Girl Scouts, and they were like, you're supposed to be with them. And I was like, what do you mean? No, like, this is my girls. Why am I supposed to be with them? And they're like, you look like them. You're supposed to be with them. And that was like, it was like kind of earth shattering. Like for the rest of the day, that was the only thing that I thought about. And even now, like I can still feel like those emotions rising up of like, wow, like I can't be with my friends just because I don't look like them. It does, I don't know, build up a sort of resilience in you. And I think resilience is a huge marker of the Black experience. And just this need to press forward, but like pressing forward in joy and like confidence, pressing forward in joy and confidence in who you are. Hopefully, if you have a good support system at home and you are able to kind of talk to other people who are like you about the things that we're experiencing in the place it's supposed to be, our home, that's the craziest part about it, is that you are supposed to be at home, but you're constantly being met with these, being met by individuals who kind of still don't see you as being a part of the fabric of this place that your ancestors built. So